My issue is with everybody on the panel that let people talk that way and didn't stop it or say that was wrong. Who's using AAV? Okay, Magical. Do not report her, even if you don't like what she's saying. Don't report anyone on this panel. Mac, are you still in the comments? Okay. I am going to make you a mod. Um, but if you mute Avery, I am going to revoke that privilege. I may not care for you very much, but I do trust you to be a mod. Okay. I'm sort of going in line at this time.
Can you figure out where Jessica's at, and then also, uh, um, can you let up? I know Dom wants to chit chat.
I know, but you guys want to hold Jessica accountable, and I would rather just talk about me since I'm the one here. And so Mac,
Well,
I agree that there is owed accountability on Jessica's part, and it should, and she knows I've told her it's going to be public, but that's not this live, right?
Ben,
So,
you
go
started your
ahead.
live like 5 hours ago, and you've been kind of defending Jessica for those 5+ hours or however long it's been. And I think that like if you're gonna be defending Jessica, um, you might as well let Jessica up here to take accountability and like answer the questions that certain people from certain communities have in regards to their behavior.
And again, I said we can do that and we can do it publicly, but that's not the topic of this live, right? This is about Irish.
Yeah, but it's also about like the entirety. It's more than Irish at this point because um we're talking about Jessica and like what happened on Irish's live. So I think it's important to call out Jessica's bad behavior as well. um
And we'll get to that,
well, can
right?
we get, I mean, where is
Hold on.
Jessica though?
She said she's in the hospital. So Mac, I fully agree that she's been racist and macroaggressive. I'm not disagreeing there. And I've told her privately that there will be accountability coming in public. I've told her. And so when I'm correcting her on the panel, that's also a form of trying to address her, right? But she's well aware that accountability is coming in public. But that's not this live.
Well, do
I'm not trying to protect her, Mac.
you say that you've been, holding her accountable, and I've heard you very briefly tell her not to talk over you and like other people very briefly, which is like fine. But you've also been kind of like, I don't know, the wording of like how you kind of describe, you keep saying like Jessica's quote unquote like story. She's told her story many times. This isn't an essay story or a DV story that Jessica is telling. This is Jessica being a dumbass and getting a tattoo of a Schnazi symbol, and then apparently, supposedly unlearning those behaviors, blah, 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 blah. But you're acting like it's some like victimization story that needs to be told to the world. And like, like I don't know. And then like also, I feel like, I mean, a lot of people have been saying that you've been muting them. Like, a lot of people are going to Irish's live saying that you've been muting them, and a lot of them have been BIPOC. So I don't know about that one, but that's just very interesting. And also, like, I get that you want to call out Irish. I get that you have beef with Irish, but you also, in my very humble opinion, the things that Jessica has done / being alleged to do are 1,000 times more harmful than what you're alleging Irish of doing. In my humble opinion, of course. Also, Magical's back, if you want to let her back up. And Dom's still in the requests.
I would like to see this picture they said I used, because I showed the only picture I have and the one that I used. And I don't see how I can march around TikTok for months at a time with any other picture. That would have been unacceptable. And somebody would have said something. So I think somebody took my picture and made it into something that it wasn't. Somebody took my picture. You're echoing, Magical.
It was because I was loading in. It's fine now.
Yeah. And so some backstory to that picture, the mutual that I was using it, we were up late one night and he's a very beautiful man. And a bunch of us was like, and he was playing with AI. And we were like, oh my God, you'd make a beautiful woman. So he gave us AI pictures of himself as a woman. The one I showed you is the one I used on my profile, which is a very European
But that's
looking
not the
man.
one that he gave you. That's an edited version of the one that he gave you. The original one he gave you looked like Rapunzel with long blonde ass hair. That wasn't a Rapunzel. That was somebody that looked like they belong in Honey,
Hold
the
on,
movie,
Magical.
the actual movie. I've seen the
Magical.
pictures.
Magical. He made a series of pictures to include brunettes and blondes. I used the brunette one. Somebody
Okay.
else used the honey blonde haired one. He made
Mhm.
multiple pictures. I used the brunette one.
He made multiple pictures. You
Yes,
sure about
he
that?
made yes, he made the pictures. He gave them to us. He made a bunch of pictures. And we said, "Oh my God, you're so
Ow,
beautiful
ow,
as
ow.
a woman. Can we use these?" He consented to use these, and we would call ourselves the cult of insert username. I'm
Ah,
not going to say his
okay.
name
So
here.
somebody did correct me. So why? Because at least from what I've seen, you're more closer to a Rapunzel look than you are to a racially ambiguous brunette look. So why did you use the one that looked more, racially ambiguous than the one that looks more similar to you?
Because I am a brunette, a white person with brunette hair.
Okay, but you're not a BIPOC person. So why? I'm gonna ask again specifically. Why did you use the one that looks more racially ambiguous?
She's a European YT
That
woman.
does not look like. I'm not saying this for no damn reason. You chose the person that looks more questionable on what race are they. I'm not saying somebody that is 100% white because I'm not about to get into percentiles. I'm talking about somebody that could also present as black. Or
Um,
or I'll even go as
because
far to say Middle Eastern to a certain extent. Or maybe we can even go to indigenous. Why would you choose the picture that is most racially ambiguous versus the one that looks more like you feature wise?
Because it's a white European woman with brown hair from a white man from Germany.
Aqua, you're not listening. Or it's just like you're not ignoring. I honestly want Dom to come up, and
So,
I will stay muted while she talks, but I'm not
and
willing to leave
you're
right now.
you're trying to tell me that the picture I showed you wasn't the picture I used. So let's look at it again.
I don't know where it's
Let's
at.
look at it again.
You don't know where you're. Okay. I do have to drop down real quick, so I'll be right back. I'll be right back. But bring Dom up.
That's a white woman.
Bring
That's
Dom
what
up,
I was talking
please.
about.
Wait, do you not understand the term racially ambiguous?
Yeah, I do. I don't see it presented there.
Yeah, because you're white.
That may be true,
Yeah,
but he told
exactly.
me
So,
he told me it was a black
like I said,
woman.
I'll be right back. Bring Dom up.
What's up, Ella?
Crazy
You're
part
being
is,
messy.
my bad. My skin tone right now, if you was to look at me, I call it my winter skin. My skin tone is damn near white right now. My facial features, you would never mistake me for a YT woman. You could say I'm biracial looking, you could say I'm black looking, you could say racially ambiguous. Black people know when somebody looks fucking racially ambiguous and you don't get to tell us when they don't. If we're telling you that look like one of ours, that look like one of ours. And that's your fucking problem is y'all continually I literally know a biracial woman who looks almost fucking exactly like that. Are you shitting me right now? Y'all are really like think you throw a couple European features in there and suddenly that's a YT woman. That look like a whole ass biracial. That looks like one of my fucking cousins. Like, come the fuck on now. Are we really gonna be that fucking obtuse? When the black
Dom,
community is telling you we looked at that woman and that looked like one of ours, we mistook it for a racially ambiguous woman. You don't fucking get to tell almost all of us that it wasn't.
Dom, it's a European white man.
Okay, and the AI made him look like a biracial fucking woman. I don't give a fuck if it was Donald fucking Trump that took the fucking picture. It looked like a white fucking woman, or a biracial woman.
Well, that's the thing. I showed Irish the picture. Dom, I showed Irish that picture and I said, "Is this the picture you're talking about?" And he said, "No." That's the
That's either very close or the picture I seen, and that looks like a whole ass biracial woman.
yeah, that's the confusion I've been having with him. I literally showed him this picture. I said, "This is the picture I'm using. Are
And
you
if it is
seeing?"
that picture, then you
Yeah.
literally then that's still a picture of a racially ambiguous looking woman. If there were other pictures, you just happen to pick the one that looked the blackest somehow.
Dom, you're not listening to me.
No,
He said that's not the picture he's talking about. That's
and
why
I'm
I've
saying
had
you can.
so
I'm
much
saying, my bad.
That's okay. That's why I'm having so much problems with this accusation. Because if he had said it was this picture, because this was the picture I was using for months, then I would have, taken into consideration, or if he confirmed it was this picture, I would have known what he was talking about. But he said it was not this picture. I was blackfishing as a black woman, and it was not this picture. That's my issue.
I I can understand that issue. I frankly don't give a fuck which one Irish said it was. The one you're showing me right now looks like a biracial woman. So the one that is in question right now that you are confirming to me was the picture looks like a biracial or blackfishing woman. So irregardless of whether his old ass chose the wrong picture or not, you still were blackfishing. So that's the whole point is regardless, you were still doing it. It doesn't matter if the picture was wrong. It doesn't matter if somebody fucking picked the wrong one. it's still a picture of somebody fucking blackfishing. And because you think it looks like a European woman somehow, but honestly, I don't know if you fucking wear glasses or if it's just really like a YT people thing where y'all really think in your minds that somehow does not. I don't fucking know. Y'all got too used to the Kylie Jenners or some shit. I don't fucking know. That is a racially ambiguous woman. Mint, shut. Please don't. Please don't.
Thank you, Mint. Because it was a white European man, and
Not
he was
your fucking
accusing me of blackfishing, and I said, Irish, is this the picture you're talking about? And he says no. He told me no, he's talking about another picture.
And I'm not talking about what Irish was talking about. Like I said, regardless of whether Irish was wrong or not, I don't give a fuck if Irish was wrong, right, fucking left, up, down. I don't fucking care if he was diagonal. The point is, the picture you showed me and confirmed to me that he was wrong about, that you literally confirmed multiple times to me, that was the picture. That is a racially ambiguous looking woman. So at the end of the day, whether he was wrong or not, or had any sort of inconsistency, you still blackfished. So the point is, whether he was wrong or not, sure, I'm sure you would love that. I got you that Irish was wrong about something. Great. Soak in that. Wear it as a fucking vest. It doesn't matter because you still blackfished at the end of the fucking day. And then Avery, we're gonna address you. You over here using AVE in the fucking comments. I've told you 4 times, and you're gonna tell me again. See, this is the people that you support. These are the people that's in your bandwagon. You're gonna tell me, a black woman who just told you don't use AVE. Oh nah, cap is slang. It's not AVE. I just fucking told you, and multiple black people told you don't fucking do it. And you're continuing to do it because you have this weird ass fucking fetish with making people uncomfortable, and that shit is weird. Call me ableist for using the word weird too. Sorry. Fucking, like, I'm black and I'm telling you don't do it. I am black and I'm telling you don't do it. It's AV. Don't fucking do it. You're white as fucking snow. You're probably whiter than Aqua. Fucking stop.
I told her it's AAVE.
And then we're also going to talk about the fact that we're talking about weaponizing a fucking tattoo. That was the part that you got stuck on after I told you this bitch was racist to me. We're talking about weaponizing her tattoo. It's not weaponizing her fucking racist tattoo if she was quite literally racist to me.
I believe
that just happened to be a cherry on top.
I believe you.
But you're saying that it's weaponization of her story and her tattoo. Clearly she hasn't unpacked. Clearly she's not doing as well as you fucking think she is with her story. If she's still weaponizing those same exact white tea supremacy fucking tactics to a black woman, and then still 10 toes down on it, then you microaggress by calling it only a microaggression. And you're in here every single time I point it out, it's, oh, I understand, I see what you're saying. But every time I'm not in the box and somebody else is bringing it up, it's weaponization of her tattoo. How the fuck you weaponize a tattoo when this bitch weaponized the whole YT supremacist tactic, because that's what it kept getting called, and fake ass triangulation that she clearly doesn't know what it means. I then explained to her, was told I was wrong, the psych major was wrong, the victim of an actual narcissistic abuser was wrong somehow, but I'm weaponizing her tattoo. She literally embodies that tattoo, and I don't give a fuck what it's covered with. She embodies everything about that tattoo, everything it fucking stands for, and she hides behind her transness in order to be a blatant fucking racist. And we sit and let her do it because God forbid one of us says something, suddenly we're transphobic. So if somebody want to call me that, fucking do it. Because I'm not going to sit and let somebody hide behind another identity so that they can sit and fucking be racist or hurt other fucking communities. Fuck that shit, and you're standing for that shit. And just because I come up here and point it out clearly and you can't argue with me, suddenly you're acknowledging it, but when somebody else comes up here and they're not explaining it as well, you can't acknowledge it. To save fucking face. You're a real fucking, like, weirdo, bro. That shit is odd. And I see why Irish don't fucking like you. Because when you want to talk about Irish, he sat and nipped that shit in the bud as soon as it fucking happened. He protected the black woman in his life while you sat and called it only a microaggression. So if I'm sitting there choosing between one or the two that I feel safer with, it sure as fucking you, the woman. It's damn sure him. He nipped that shit in the bud and protected me. He made sure I was comfortable. He made sure that shit got brought up right then and there and allowed me to fucking speak on it. He protected the black woman in his life right then and there. So who do you think seems more fucking safer, you or him?
I just wanted to I saw a comment in the comments and I thought it was interesting, and I'm sure Dom definitely is gonna have a lot to say on this one. But I'm honestly super fucking tired of Avery claiming every fucking identity in the book to the point where they are claiming they are BIPOC.
Fucking just pure fucking delusion. I don't give a fuck. I'm so fucking I'm really not.
Oh my gosh, what happened? What happened? I don't know, Emma. I didn't do that.
I don't know, but we were both dropped by a mod who doesn't like that we just said what we said.
There's no other mods in here. You're the only one, Max.
Sorry.
I didn't do that. I think it glitched. I have an APK app and sometimes it acts up. But I'm going back to one at a time on the panel.
I mean, if you're going back to one at a time, then I can drop down. But I just wanted to say that, like, really quickly, before I go, yeah, like, Avery, you've claimed every identity in the book, and a lot of it I'm not going to invalidate, but I am going to invalidate that you are going to, like, yeah, you're not. You're not going to sit here and say that you're BIPOC, so you can say, like, whatever the fuck you want to whenever whenever Dom is telling you that it's making you uncomfortable. You can't claim that one. No, you can't. Just, no. Not that one.
So Mac, if we'd allowed you to say everything you wanted to Avery, do you think now people can stop talking about her?
So
Yeah, so people have got to sit here and yell at her in the comments. Do you think that's enough, or do you think people are going to continue to talk about her?
I mean, if Avery wants to come up and, like, have a conversation with people, specifically like Dom, Magical, the people in the comments who probably want to have a conversation, then like, that, I don't know why Avery can't come up and have a conversation, although I do think Avery would, like, disrespect sexual boundaries if Avery came up. But
if I let her up and we go one at a time, do you think that would work better?
I mean, it's your live. I mean, if you want to let Avery up, like, sure thing. I'd love to have a conversation with Avery, and I'm sure a lot of other people would like to have a convo with Avery as well about why what they're doing is harmful, since they still don't seem to get it.
Yeah. And as far as the picture goes, I literally had that up there for months and nobody said anything to me except Irish. After I had taken the picture down, I was on live panels with that picture. Nobody said a word. I wish they had said a word to me, earlier. So I apologize for using that photo. But I did ask him, what photo are you talking about? And I showed him and he said, not that one. So, Avery, I'm going to let you up, but